Hello, Cancers, and welcome to your reading for November. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising for November. I've chosen some crystal cards for you. These are crystals you might want to work with through the month of November. Lapis lazuli, make a decision. So you'll be needing to make a decision here, and this may help you to, work with some lapis. Pink opal, be kind to yourself while you're making that decision. Think of yourself and be kind to yourself. Work with some pink opal if you can. You don't need to. These are just suggestions. And hematite, ground yourself. So grounding protection with the hematite, that's very good to have with you. So those are your three crystal cards there. I've chosen some oracle cards here and some tarot as well. You have invisibility, authenticity. Be your authentic self. Intuition, too, came out for you. So we have intuition, you hold the answers, you know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. And rebirth, there's death in all that awakens. For it isn't blissful nor painless, it's a mighty rising, O flame resurrected. So kind of rising up out of the flame here. It's not without its pains, growth and rebirth, but it's coming here for you. You're going through some birthing process. Use your intuition, call on your guides and ancestors and spirit guides and the divine sacred. Be your authentic self. Stop hiding in the closet. Stop hiding in the corner. Stop being the wallflower. This is you coming out from that invisible person that you've been in some area of your life. You may be saying, I haven't been invisible, but in some ways you have. You haven't been expressing something, some part of yourself, and you're rebirthing, you're coming out of that. So, and then we have, as we move into, this is for as we're moving out of this month in November, I chose this Yule card for you, Seasons of the Witch, and you have offerings. I give to you my heart's intent, wrapped in gratitude and thankfulness, devotion in exchange for your presence. Here I am, gifting my essence. So, like I just said, show your true essence. Let that come alive in you, Cancer, and shine out forward. Also, we're giving offerings and thanks and gratitude to those who assist us from the other side, spirit guides, and your ancestors and the divine, and also any people in your life that help you and assist you. Be grateful, show some gratitude to them as well, okay? So here's where we're moving away from. Here's where we are and going. Okay, sort of gonna. So we have the hangman. You've been hanging out and looking at things from a different perspective. You've been feeling a guidance here. You should be feeling that guidance from that star. You've been coming into this. This is like a shaman energy with this deck, with this card. You've been coming into this enlightenment here. You've been opening up to new ideas and new things and ways of being and feeling. You're feeling that. You should be feeling that. It might feel strange at times. Um, Sometimes when we're going through a deep transition, we go, "Who am I? What is going on?" And things can get a little strange for us, and you just have to allow that. Almost observing yourself is what I just got. Like you're observing yourself. You're feeling it, you're in it, but you're also kind of observing it. And if you get that, then this reading's definitely for you. And you have the Ace of Wands here, so you've been starting that new way of being, new awareness, and new things are beginning for you here. You've been seeing things from a different perspective here. Okay. Now it's time to get to work on this. You want to go further. You want to go higher in your spirituality. You want to go higher in your life. You want to climb up that ladder of success. And that's what you're going to do here. In whatever way, whatever success means to you. It doesn't mean the same thing to everybody. Some people, you hear that word and they just automatically think career, job, money, blah, blah, blah. And that's part of it. I mean, that could definitely be part of it. We have to live in this world and we have to have those things to survive and to thrive. We need these things, you know. But this could be success, can be just you coming into a higher spiritual awareness and learning, which you have the Hierophant here. So I do see that for you, learning more, coming into more awareness in a spiritual sense, learning more things, whatever your tradition, whatever your belief system, you're going to be learning more about that and coming into more awareness of it as how it relates to your day-to-day life, and practicing it more, learning more, and even teaching by example or actually teaching others. So there's that for you. You also have this, you're going to feel this really surge of courage and boldness, is what I'm getting. You've been kind of invisible, but now you're going to get that surge of being more bold. Excuse me, being more bold, doing things you didn't think you could do or didn't, you know, have to do. Now you do. Taking care of things you didn't used to have to. Now you do. And finding out that, you know, you get a little nervous about it, but you get there and you do it. And you walk out going, oh my gosh, I did that. And I'm so proud of myself. That kind of feeling. You're going to enter into new territory in some ways. And you're going to do it with a bold, courageous energy, because that's going to be there for you. You're just going to dig deep. I see you digging deep and really coming out bold in some way. And it's going to make you feel so much better about yourself and your life in general, because when we succeed at something, when we overcome something, a challenge, a fear, those kinds of things, and get something and do something, go where we were afraid to go before, do what we were afraid to do before, didn't think we could. We come out and we just want to celebrate with that 3 cups, because we did it. And I'm really getting that energy strong with you guys here, because you're going to stop being invisible. The more authentic you are, the more you're going to experience that. You're going to work with others in some collaborative effort. I see that, or you already are, and that's part of this. Now, that could mean work, or that could mean like working with its group, learning, teaching, and that's helping you to feel more bold, get out there and be more courageous in whatever ways you need to be. And that's going to be different for everyone as well. And coming from a place of love for yourself, acceptance of yourself, love for others, compassion for yourself and others. That's growing. You're learning more lessons in compassion. Wow. Your emotions, you are that Cancer water sign. You got a lot of water here going. You've got that, I didn't even touch on that yet. You've got that blessing of that Ace of Cups. You've got the King and the Queen of Cups. All sorts of, I see balance here with you, and you have justice as well. I see a lot of balance coming in, bringing things into balance that have been not so much. I also, I also see here, for some of you, a very balanced, loving couple who are like, you know, this, I hate to use the word soulmate, but kind of like that idea, soulmates meant to be together, who um, work well together, learn from each other, very compatible, but also learning lessons from each other. Um, and supporting each other. Like really complimenting one another, you know. Um, and here's you being content and happy and just blessed. You have a lot of blessings here in your reading here. Cancer is just, I see prosperity coming in, or increasing your boldness. You're blessed with that Ace of Cups, loving yourself, loving others, and blessings coming in. You've had some burdens here that you're letting go, releasing, because that's coming out in your past, and it's see that came out of that past into this now, and with that Ace of Cups, just relieving you of that. You're letting go and releasing. You're rising up from that fire like that phoenix. With this card up here, the rebirth card. So yeah, you're coming out of yourself. You're coming out of your invisibility, maybe in your community in some way, whatever community that is, or starting something new with teaching or learning more in the spiritual aspects of things. And there's more love there for you. So some of you could be getting, what I want to say, some of you could be getting actually, for some, proposal or asking someone, proposing to someone or coming into a marriage agreement, you know, a marriage, getting engaged, in other words, or just coming into a new relationship that is going to grow and be prosperous, and like I said, very supportive, loving kind of relationship. Or if you're already in one, like growing more, connecting more on a higher level. All of this reading's about a higher level, okay? Whatever it is you're doing, it's going to be done at a higher level and a bolder level. It's a rebirthing of all of it. It's a rebirthing of yourself, a relationship perhaps that's been on the, you know, had a lot of stress and strains and causing, you know how we do in relationships. Um, it's not even about you. It's not even about your relationship. It's about all the other stuff in life, and then it comes in and it wreaks havoc on your relationship because of the stress, tension, and you start to be like enemies instead of friends, and you start to take it out on each other. That happens. Doesn't mean you're bad and awful. I mean, I'm not talking about to the point of abuse or anything. I'm just talking about how people get, you know, we get tense and we fight, we argue. That happens. And what happens here now is you're going to come back together here, and you know, because are you are rebirthing here in your beliefs, attitudes, ways. Maybe you need to learn some lessons and teach some lessons to each other, and you did that. That happens in relationships. We learn from each other, we mirror, we do all those things. So that might be what's going on here for some of you. And yeah, the Eight of Cups. See, you're walking away from some things that haven't been serving you, and you're going to climb up that ladder instead. Excuse me. And again, I thought I saw this card already, but I guess not. But yeah, excuse me. The card here is about prosperity, coming into prosperity. I'm not feeling the Smith weights for this some reason with this reading. So yeah. Oh, the devil comes out right there. Well, because you come out here, I want to say those burdens, some of those burdens that we're releasing came from some of those toxic beliefs, situations, habits that I was just telling you. You've had some lessons you've learned, so probably have learned some lessons, and now we're gonna release those binding energies that had us stuck to something that was unhealthy or bad for us, even if it's a relationship or something, a job, or whatever it is. You know what it is. It's different for all of you, but the point is, what's the same for all of you is that you're releasing that, letting it go, and you're replacing that with all these blessings here. Okay, this takes work and effort. It's not going to just happen. You know, you have to do it. You know that, but you are guided here. You've been being guided with that shaman energy, that star energy. You're coming into your authenticity. You have the rebirth. Trust your intuition, and be grateful. And give gratitude and thanks always. Okay. So I want to say that's gonna do it. Remember the crystals. You can go back and look, but hematite, lapis lazuli, and pink opal to be kind to yourself, make a decision, and ground yourself. So you're coming into a real higher vibration here. For the month of November is what I'm getting for for not Scorpio. I almost said Scorpio. For Cancer or Cancerians. So take care and blessed be.